opportunity to contribute to this bill, finance bill of 2023. Mr. Speaker, first I want to appreciate the Kenyan people. For the first time in the history, they have really participated and contributed towards this contribution. This is where we have seen and Kenyans have exhibited public participation. I want to encourage all Kenyans to be doing this in every bill so that they can participate in how they are being governed. Mr. Speaker, having said that, first, I want to say that I want to correct an impression which was given by my friend, Honorable Mohammed Ali. The mortgage we are being given as MP, we pay for rate plus interest. It's not a free money for us. It is being deducted from our salaries. Therefore, somebody should not say that we are tuko na ubinafsi. It is a right we have been given as member of parliament, and we pay for it from our salaries. Mr. Speaker, I want also correct people who have said that we cannot continue borrowing. America is a very stable economy. Japan is a stable economy. But if you compare their GDP plus the debt portfolio, they borrow, but they utilize their borrowing well. To an extent, they give other countries their money which they have borrowed. Therefore, this country can continue borrowing, but what we must do is we must utilize the money we borrow to trigger development in the economy. That time, that borrowing will help the economy. Mr. Speaker, on this particular bill, I want to say this. On Article 28, Clause 28 of the bill, concerning fuel, Mr. Speaker, fuel is a factor of production. If you increase the prices of fuel, all other things will increase. It means those who are doing production will increase the prices of items. This bill, I agree also with my chairman of budget, that budget must be financed. But the timing is bad, Mr. Speaker. As we speak today, Kenyans cannot afford 3 meals per day. They are taking 2 meal breakfast and supper, and some are only taking 1 meal. Therefore, if you increase any tax, actually the government is not going to realize the objective because the purchasing power has gone down. So even if you say you are paying 16%, people will no longer use their vehicles. People will use matatu. It means the vehicles will be parked at home. Therefore, you'll be collecting less revenue. Mr. Speaker, if you read today's Nation, it is talking about the number of billionaires who have left the country because of high tax. If we pass this bill in entirety the way it is, so many investors and manufacturers and people can contribute to the development of this country are going to leave this country and produce elsewhere. Therefore, what I'm suggesting that the budget must be financed. But why must we employ a governor who has served 2 terms, who has pension, to be a CAS? That's a question I'm asking myself. Why should we employ an MP who has served 3 terms, who is earning pension, to be a CAS? Do we really need them? My proposal for this country is that let us put our priorities right and caution the current population for the time being until the economy stabilizes. I believe, and I'm a strong believer, that we must pay tax. But people pay tax and they get development for the tax they pay, usually celebrate when they pay tax. But if we can pay tax to pay 2-term governors money, that one will be injustice to the people of Kenya. Mr. Speaker, if you read in front of you, for the welfare of the society and the just government of the people, will we be really just if we overtax our people in a time when they really need us? I want to be in the right side of history that the timing is bad. Let us look for ways of financing the budget by reducing expenditure, sealing loopholes of corruption, and then putting our priorities right, and we are going to finance the budget. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Dr. Chikati.
I are opposed.
Give Dr. Chikati the mic.
Here I am. Thank you. Mr. Speaker, I just want to give the summary picture of the outlook of the finance bill. And so, first of all, Mr. Speaker, the way I understand it, overall it seeks to boost the ordinary revenue as a share of GDP to 25%. And I'll give the summary picture because of time. It also seeks to increase tax compliance rate from 70 to 90%. As you know, one of the challenges facing Kenyans is the issue of tax compliance, Mr. Speaker. Thirdly, Mr. Speaker, the bill seeks to address the issue of counterfeits and expand the tax base. And the issue of counterfeits and tax evasion is a big challenge to the Kenyan community. Fourthly, Mr. Speaker, it seeks to address the issue of debt repayment and help the government to gradually reduce overall government expenditure through elimination of non-priority expenditures, elimination of consumption subsidies, use of private-public partnership in rolling out e-procurement systems and other measures. Mr. Speaker, the bill overall seeks to mobilize resources to help finance deficit, which arises out of expenditure that exceeds our revenue. So in summary, Mr. Speaker, I will support the bill. Thank you.
Otiende Amolo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I oppose this bill in entirety, and I submit that this bill is irredeemably and irretrievably bad and inimical to the well-being of Kenyans at large. Mr. Speaker, that is actually essentially conceded by the chair of the committee.